it was one of those things. They invited me to be the legend of the game. You go out, you do a hey, you get the crowd going, and at the end you say, where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
And that's a good saying, by the way. I'm kind of against the Rams one.
What is the Rams one? Rams house? What is theirs?
Let's rampede. I mean, how bad is that?
No, ours has history. It's Marv Levy. It means a lot. Anyway, so Liza's in California for soccer. I missed the season openers of the basketball games because of our game in Baltimore last week. So I'm feeling bad. Am I going to have to miss my daughter's basketball games again? I coach 3 teams. Can't let all these girls down. The flight options are horrible, but I end up being able to fly in the day of the game, flying back on Monday, but we get there. And I just felt like no matter what was going to happen, I had to find a way to get there to be the legend of the game, not because the team needed me, but the fans needed me. They did. They were calling for it. They were calling for my shirt to come off. I was combing chest hair on Twitter, and wow, it lived up to and was probably the coolest thing I've ever done. We step out. It's after the coin toss. I'm the last thing that happens before they kick the ball off. And so the talk the whole time, tailgated beforehand, which we'll get to that later because I got some funny stories about that. But the talk was, Fitz, you taking your shirt off? Fitz, what do you do? That was the whole thing. And it's like, well, I got to find the pacing of when I'm going to do this. So I get the crowd hyped a little bit. I stop everybody and say, hold on, before I ask you a question. And I'm telling you, when I ripped my jacket off with nothing underneath, that had to be the closest I've ever felt to being a rock star in my life. I mean, the crowd went crazy. It was an out-of-body experience. I don't know what I said. I don't know what I look like. Now there are plenty of pictures to show me what I look like, but pretty cool experience. I had my dad there. I had my 3 boys there right on the sideline. So it was a really neat thing to be able to share with my family and with the fans in Buffalo. And the best part about it, fans are juiced. They're riled up, kick off, and the Ravens go down and score right away on the first drive.
Isn't that how it always works? Isn't that how it always works?
Like, did I fail as the legend of the game, or I think they got pumped up? But yeah, it was good. It was fun.
They had to stick with you for the long run, man. That's it. That's all it was. They had to stick with you. But you know what? I have been to, obviously, doing Thursday Night Football with you and NFL on Prime. We've been to Buffalo. I have gotten the chance to go around in the tailgate scene with Ryan Fitzpatrick, or Fitzmagic as they call him. And I always say that's one of the things I enjoyed most in our first couple of years of getting to do this together is, it's been cool whenever I've gotten to have a Rams game or go to a Bengals game and be there. And obviously you enjoy those moments, but to watch, like to kind of just be able to all right, you were like, hey, you want to come with me? I was like, yeah. So I went with you, and to watch just people's love and appreciation for you and in the city of Buffalo and really what you've brought there. To me, it was an opportunity for me to see what I would say is I've always known Ryan Fitzpatrick, and obviously we've gotten to rekindle that friendship over the last 3 years. But to get to see what Fitzmagic looks like to those Buffalo Bills fans is unbelievable, dude. I'm proud of you. Hey, that was cold. Now, I mean, you had to.
It was cold.
That was cold. I mean, Philly was snowing. It was cold there, but in Buffalo, I know how that cold is, and that wind and air is a little different.
I got to admit, though, it wasn't too windy, which was great. And our seats, we were in the Dunn Tire club level. They were outside. It was open air, but they have these heaters right above you. And so if you're in rows 1 through 5, you can't feel the heaters. And that was the initial taking off of the shirt. We were in row 2, I think, that year, and it was cold. That was the New England game a few years back. We were in row 6, and I was right under one of those heaters. And my 5-year-old Jake, by the third quarter, was like, Dad, can I take my jacket off? Dad, can I take my bib off? Like, we were just throwing layers of clothes off because it was so nice being right directly under that heater. And you turn red. It looks like the Kenny Rogers Roasters chicken episode from Seinfeld, which is pretty funny. But I also want to say about the tailgating scene, it was different from when me and you went. When me and you went, we did the whole deal, right? We did the hammer lot. Yep. We did the bowling ball shot, the vuvuzela, cooking pizzas in the filing cabinet.
And filing cabinets.
We did the whole deal. I literally, we got dropped off right in front of the practice facility, which is right across from the stadium. And I will tell you, we were going to lot 2, which was, maybe took me 500 feet that many steps to get there. Within the first 3 minutes of getting out of the van and trying to make our way to the tailgate, I was given a chicken wing necklace. I was given a hat that was sealskin that didn't fit my head, of course, and certainly wouldn't fit yours either. I got this really cool bison hat, which is behind me here. I don't know if you can see it, but it was pretty sick. And then there was a huge flask with my name on it that I got. And then there was this lady holding a sign. I don't know if she knew I was coming out right there or not, that said, "Let me comb your chest hair."
Yeah.
So
why wouldn't I?
I walked over. We took the picture. Her husband handed her the pic. I had to lift the shirt up. She combed the chest hair, nicely coiffed and ready to go for the big moment. But it was such a special day. And then in true Buffalo fashion, because I know you've seen this before at the tailgates too. First of all, I lose my kids because I'm taking pictures and smiling and saying hi to everybody. But I am starting to look for him. Brady, my almost 18-year-old, he's got a plate full of beef on weck and crab cakes and the buffalo mac and cheese. Of course, Tate's over there playing moss, which is what the kids call it now. They don't call it three flies up. Okay, great. Now I can't find Jake. 5-year-old Jake. I'm like, oh my God, I had one job. Like, where is my son? My dad's there too, but my dad's over underneath one of the heaters staying warm, of course. Jake is walking around with another kid. The kid's got this satchel on and it's open. And I look in the satchel and this 8-year-old kid is handing out Jello shots. So Jake's walking around with Jello, which he loves Jello, but thank God he didn't have any. And they're passing out Jello shots to the adults. So
you lost him and he's taking Jello shots. I mean,
don't tell Liza. I don't think my wife listens to the podcast anyway. She'll never know. But
well, dude, I'm proud y'all sat outside in the cold. I mean, if you know me, the Whitworths in Philly, we never touched the air. So we sat in multiple spots, all of which were suites.
Okay, but what was the entrance this time? Because I know last time you walked in kind of with the fans and did you have that same, and you guys were in Rams gear this time, right?
Oh yeah. So we got a little different, this time we actually went in on the team buses under the stadium. So, to come in that way. So that was, the kids were pretty jacked. I mean, you can imagine, how serious those bus rides are. Yeah.
So what bus were you on? Were you on a bus with the players or was it just coaches? Or
no, mostly staff and stuff like that. Okay. So it was one of the last buses, but, we actually went in with the first buses. So it was very locked in, all the coaches and players. So it was serious, but you're talking about the big moment. We always love to do this. You did this with me with the hoodies. I got to do it with you going shirtless in Buffalo. There were some pretty good tweets out there, Fitz, to the reactions. We got to talk about this some.
Well, before we read these tweets, I just want to say I thought the pictures looked good. I thought they really represented where I'm at in my health journey right now. I told you last week I started rucking.
Yes, I did. I'm proud of you.
22 miles of rucking in 4 days.
Let's freaking go.
Yes. Yeah, I'm obsessed now. I'm absolutely obsessed. 5 miles, 7 miles the last day. And dude, I'm obsessed. I really like it. So thank you for turning me on to that. But I thought the bod was rocking.
All right. Well, let's see what one week. Look at this.
What'd they say?
All right. We got some good ones here. All right. It's a couple of my favorites. We have Fuzzy Fitzmagic. That one's a good one.
Love that. Of course.
Got the sweater vest on. That's a good one. We kind of expected that one. I'm going to save my favorite for last. I got one says Fitz needs to be something for the Bills: a coach, OC, QB coach, CEO, mayor, head of security. I don't know if I had you as a big dom in Buffalo, but that's impressive. If somebody got you in the security department, that means you could look kind of scary.
Yeah, I could be the liaison that helps him, hooks him up with the local restaurants and stuff. That's just what Big Dom does too. Just take the security part out of it. I could do that, I think.
There you go. And then somebody, right after your reference to athletic tests for quarterbacks last week, he won't pass the athletic test anymore.
Come on. I mean,
no, that body could still only get 200 yards in a season, I promise.
304, by the way, but yes.
And these are my two favorites right here. I always knew I had the body of an elite athlete. That one's great.
I like that.
My absolute favorite is guys like this took over England back in the day. That's fantastic.
I do think that part of the charm of me as a player for the people that did enjoy watching me play was, man, he looks like that. I feel like I could be out there doing it. I think that was it. And McAfee always said, the brain of a Harvard man, but the heart of a plumber, and that was that always stuck with me. But I do think there was a little bit of, wow, he's just like us, and he's running around acting a fool out there. That's interesting.